Ah, finally I get to tackle my favorite game, Sonic Rush.
Sonic Rush was made in 1998.
Logan?
I figured that was like way later on in Sega's lifespan.
As origin, however, as an act of vandalism.
And that anti-vandalism warning must mean it's time for Jet Set Radio, everybody. Tune in because I fooled everyone. No, I fooled nobody. The title's right there.
Logan, you did it wrong. It's not Jet Set Radio. It's Jet Set Radio! He said it right for you.
I thought it was called Jet Grind Radio.
Oh, that's if you're stupid. No, that's if you were in a different region that it was released in. So when I first played Sonic Rush, that was the first game I played that utilized that used Naganuma's incredible composition work. So I wasn't entirely aware of what his style was. And then I learned about Jet Set Radio afterwards, mainly through I think you could play as Beat in one of the Sonic Riders games or something like that.
You can play as him in Zero Gravity, and he's pretty much just been there for a good majority of those like Sega crossover sort of titles.
Okay. Yeah. So in the grand, Wild West of video games, as I like to refer to it, when everybody was trying new stuff. Tony Hawk, that whole the grand skateboarding genre beast of the Tony Hawk games had come out, and I believe this was Sega's
Professor K.
Hey, Professor K. This was, I guess, supposed to be Sega's main competitor or main twist on that style of gameplay. Mixing a little bit of that, mixing in with a little bit of the cool the street culture of graffiti art.
How about this? How about this? They took Tony Hawk and made it Sega.
Yes.
That's all you have to say. Because I think everybody noticed Sega kind of has a style. It's kind of like Capcom. There's that style where you go like, this feels like Sega or this feels like Capcom.
Eggum.
Yeah.
So, in terms of how so Jet Set Radio Future, which I do want to cover at some point in the future, because I mean, come on, Martinet and cool, it has some of my favorite songs in the franchise.
That song has fucking techno pathetic. It's one of my just favorite songs just ever. That and Funky Dealer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, a great one. So Jet Set Radio Future is very different from the first Jet Set Radio. So we're gonna focus on this. Jet Set Radio is very much linear, level based. And the main challenges you're going to be looking for are going to be rival showdowns and races, essentially. And I guess street trials when you're mainly focusing on tagging. So what we're in the middle of right now is a rival showdown. I did it.
Yay.
I beat that one like a pro.
But it's not over yet. So the idea of the rival showdown is effectively just meant to be, I know Tony Hawk probably had some game mode similar to this, but it's basically the copy what I can do. It's basically horse or pig for skateboarding or roller skating or whatever you're using in this game. So basically see what the rival's doing and more or less follow it to a T. You can do some things different so long as you do as long as you interact with the same main things they did and end up around where they ended up, you'll be fine. To talk about the controls of how this game works, to talk about how the controls of this game work a bit, it's a little bit interesting that as opposed to just holding forward, you kind of almost have to think of it almost like the character you're piloting is a vehicle and you have to actually hold an accelerate button as you're moving through the environment. Tapping a little bit to build up speed so you see those blue sparks behind them.
Yeah, because otherwise your default speed is pretty slow.
And here Gum is showing how to use the tag mechanic by pulling the left trigger. My only problem with the tag mechanic in this game is the tag button is the exact same as the center camera behind you button. So if you mess it up, you may see the camera spaz out a little bit as I'm trying to hit the tag spot.
Yeah, the Dreamcast controller was a little limited back in its time. Like, it was fairly functional. Like, it had actual analog triggers, you still had an analog stick, 4 face buttons, and a D-pad. No right stick, as far as from what I can remember, and there were no bumpers attached.
Beyond that,
it did have the VMU capabilities, though.
It did, yeah. Which,
Yeah.
there we go. And after you complete a rival showdown, that character will join you. And in addition to looking cute and having a cool style to them, every character has... It's like a racing game again. Every character has their own little stats that they're better at. Some are better at reaching top speed. Others are good at being able to hold... Oh, hey, Tab. Others are good at holding multiple cans of spray paint to do more tagging. And others just have more health, more durability to them.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if
And you're
I'm
going to
a
need
little
that health at times.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to be honest enough with you right now, Matt. There are times where I may be putting forward what looks like a pathetic display, but I'm just trying to survive amongst the the hordes of the damned they throw at you.
Neo Tokyo is no playground, even though they want you to sort of treat it like one.
Yeah, blue spray paint cans will be a bundle of 5. Sorry if I'm going a little bit of rapid fire. The game moves pretty quickly, but we'll get to some slower bits as soon as we get past these first rival showdowns to build up the original crew, the GGs. Alright, a new bit of the map now. Let's see. We mentioned the gameplay, mentioned the spray paints, the canisters,
the music.
Goes without saying. Like, this is like one of the great. Well, I think this and Future some of the greatest like. OSTs in the business, just being straight up, just legit chill music.
Hey, get off the trunk, you little shit!
They just open the trunk and...
Like, here's the thing. I am looking forward to Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Or Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Really am. Even if they made another Jet Set Radio game, somehow, and, like, people are clamoring for it, they have to get Naganuma back, or else it's going to feel empty.
You could emulate it, but I think it is one of those. What's it called? Like often imitated, never replicated.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's honestly going back to Sonic Rush real quick. That's kind of a similar example because the original still had Naganuma as the OST, but then you have Rush Adventure, which I'll still say is a damned amazing, fantastic soundtrack. But they didn't get Naganuma back, and it's pretty obvious.
Messed up. Okay, come on.
Even though, oh, jeez.
Give me a car to grab onto, please. You'll do. Nope. Let's wait.
Remember, kids, roller skate safely.
You know what? I'll take the big boy. I don't care. Hey, 1999. Anyway.
Hey.
So now again, now we're going to some of these. Yeah.
Can I just say this is giving me nostalgia?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, that's right. I remember the next thing I was going to talk about a little bit after you're finished with your thing. Sorry.
No, all I was saying is that this game is giving me nostalgia. I remember playing this game years and years ago. I played both the original and Future when they were released on Xbox.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did do a HD thing.
Yeah. No, on original Xbox. Not Xbox 360. Original Xbox.
That poor kid got run over.
Yep. And there we go. Close enough. A little scuffed, but I did it. So, the next thing I was going to say then is, so fun fact about this. So, first heads up is, I do own this game legitimately. I bought it on Steam. They had like an HD version of this game that was re-released. However, I don't know if there was something wrong with my computer in particular, but unfortunately, whenever I was trying to play this game for that to try and record, the biggest cardinal sin happened in that. The music would get either desynced or wouldn't play if I were to respawn in certain areas. I'm like,
that is legitimately a cardinal sin.
That is a bad bug to have in a Jet Set Radio game. The music can't play. So, legitimately now, what you're seeing is I think it's called Redream.
Yeah, the emulator is called Redream.
Yeah, it's a Dreamcast emulator, and that's what I'm using to play the original Dreamcast now, not the HD port, so that's why the resolution's a little bit more closed up.
Hey Steve, how are you doing?
I was about to say yes. Now I've gotten all that preliminary stuff out of the way. Oh my gosh. Hype, what do you believe and think about so far? What are your beliefs on Jet Set as a way of life?
What are your beliefs, just in general?
Well, first off, as far as beliefs go, I'm a Christian, so that already explains so much.
Fair enough.
But as far as the Jet Set Radio goes, It's one of the many Sega properties that I've always heard about, but have never found the time to get myself too into, despite the fact that, as you guys have said, and from what I'm seeing right here, it definitely looks like not even just in terms of, like, Sega, just as a game in general, it has a distinct flavor all of its own, and I can definitely appreciate it, you know, on top of, like, the neat kind of, like, hardcore-ish type of gameplay that it has on top of it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna go out my way to play it myself because you know the never-ending backlog of lists of games and whatnot. But it definitely is a game that I definitely get why it has its fan base.
Oh, for sure. I would definitely regard it as one of those like cult classic kind of games. If not for the gameplay, then definitely for just the aesthetic of this game and its franchise.
Just the vibe in general of it. And that's kind of where I'm sort of on a similar boat in that, like, I like to think I'm a pretty hardcore Sega fan myself, and even then, Jet Set is probably one of the few that I don't have that much experience with, despite, you know, I mean, I'm well familiar of the brand and to some degree the characters, but otherwise, like the games themselves, I don't have that much experience with them, even though I do own the Steam release of this game.
Yeah, and I think it's fair. It's just the genre, like the racing and the trick stuff, may not be for everyone.
It is one of those cases where the gameplay is a little antiquated and something I kind of need to put more time into to get used to.
Right, that's fair. I'll show off a little bit of the thing here. So wait, real quick, what's up, Matt?
Oh, well, the Officer Onishima, or Onishima, Officer Onishima that we saw there, just guess who his inspiration was?
The dude from Lupin. Yeah, from Lupin.
Lupin!
And apparently also the way that the police just show up was apparently also meant to be an exaggeration of how intensely people were cracking down on graffiti at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a problem back then. I mean, to some degree it still kind of is now, but not quite as, you know, prolific.
You know, I get why you picked Beat. He's kind of like an icon of the franchise of sorts, but I'm disappointed that you didn't pick the dog.
I wish I could. I really wish I could. I really wish I could play as the dog. But good thing for bringing that up. I will make a point of doing my best to show off every character I can unlock in this game.
Also, I'm sorry. I mentioned the like nostalgia earlier. The thing that gave me the biggest nostalgia was the like the radio static sound effect when you start up a level.
Yeah. Get out of here, you.
Hey, back off.
Yeah, on out of here.
Nostalgia.
So now we're dealing with rival gangs. I already forgot what. No, you're fine. I already forgot the name of this gang. I think they're called like the Love. I have to look this up. But anyway, we'll be dealing with rival gangs, and things to notice: if you can ram into them, you can actually steal some of their spray paint cans. And but do note that in these street trial levels, the main way you beat them is you can. I'll take this. You can tag yellow spots.
Love shockers.
Love shockers, thank you. You can tag yellow arrows for bonus points, but it's mainly the red arrows you want to tag. Once all the red arrows are tagged in the map, the level is completed. Other things you can find in the city trial is under this bridge to my left, you'll see a Jet Set radio. Uh-oh.
Oh, they're right there, kiddo!
Oh,
Those guys always make me laugh. Time to run though. They won't actually try to. They cannot actually instant kill you, but enough of them can will actually start grabbing onto you and trying to drag you down. That icon on the upper left that we just passed. So sorry, a lot of things happening. If you find those things in a level, you can actually unlock new graffiti designs to be showing off.
Nice.
Oh
Yes,
no!
you can also make your own graffiti. Lupin!
I will say right now, I attempted to make my own graffiti, but emulator, it didn't quite work out as well as I wanted it to.
Well, what did you try to make, if we can ask?
Well, if I show it off, I think I recorded this. Let's see when I recorded this. I recorded this 8 months ago, so maybe my mind will remember it later. Oh, and I completely forgot to show how this is working. Basically, just mimic the motions with the analog stick, and you're good.
How often do you end up screwing that up?
I will say, when I was first practicing, especially those quarter circle, half circles, I messed up a lot. Nice. I have gone pretty decent at it now.
That's good.
Oh.
Better run. The feds are coming straight for you.
1, 2. Bam. We win.
Woohoo!
I got Nitro!
But you didn't get Jet.
I don't care. Sega's scoring thing I have never really cared for, and I will never fully be like, you know, putting my life on the line.
Well, I'd say I call those explosive results.
I don't care!
I gotta look up who voices Professor K, because I love his, like, how into it he is. Oh, thank you. Okay, I looked him up. His name is Billy Brown. Let's see what he's been in. Billy Brown. Wait, are you kidding? Oh my gosh, do not tell me.
What?
I'm looking this up. Hang on, real quick. Let me figure this out. Is this... Hang on, I gotta look this up real quick. So, Billy Brown, let me see.
Don't mind fast forward.
I'm speeding up to show you how this works. This is the entire graffiti system. You can make small, you can make short, you can make...
Some things never change.
And I'm trying my best to show off this whole little system. Will it work? I don't know. Look at that. Listen to that dude go.
I don't think it did.
Aww.
Doing this with a controller is pure agony.
Yes, it is. I'm trying my best, though.
Man,
this is my attempt at art.
And just imagine if, like, I don't even know if there are a lot of games on the Switch that utilize it, but imagine, like, this getting, like, a Switch board and you can draw the graffiti on it.
Yeah, fun fact, I don't think it, after all that work, I don't even think it actually loads in correctly. So sorry, we don't get to actually show that off in game, but I at least got to show off. I at least got to show off what the graffiti editor looks like in game. It was a neat, again, like they were trying neat little like oh dear, they were trying neat little okay, why not? They were trying neat little things with the games back then. I want more games like this.
Yeah, I will say, Logan, what were you trying to figure out about the actor?
So, Billy Brown, the guy who's playing Professor K, he played a character named Detective Mike Anderson on the show Dexter. And I'm like, and the entire time I saw that, I was like, holy crap. Is he the guy who says, is that the guy who says, surprise, motherfucker? I'm trying to
surprise, motherfucker.
I'm trying to see if that's him or not.
Wait,
that was
No,
it was from Dexter.
No.
That character's from Dexter.
No, surprise, motherfucker.
Let's see, he was also
Want to
Billy
flirt
Brown.
with the love shockers? Find the red arrows and start spraying.
Ooh, I love this song. I'm going to say that a lot, probably. Let's see what else. He also was in Adventure Time as the Vampire King.
Ooh. Oh, that Marceline's dad?
Yes. And, hey, don't eat that, dude. Don't eat that sandwich. Let's see any other games I can find.
The pain of every
No,
wood.
it's not him. Sorry. It's Sergeant Dokes who does the surprise, motherfucker, played by Eric King.
Okay, props to him. And oh no!
Ow!
There is fall damage if you go too far. Again, green arrows, yellow. I don't care about those. I don't care about the red arrows. I'm only going into this for story completion, not focusing too hard on this.
Not for bragging rights.
And again, apologies for any apologies for any subpar gameplay you see me trying to pull off here. And like James has said, sometimes rather clunky aiming and moving around. Okay.
Yeah, and no proper.
That person's tagging.
Oh, I better shoot him. Says the not Zenigata. So, another thing to note when you're in these street trials is that when you are tagging, you are not invincible. Oh my god!
Jeez, they're coming in with their goddamn motorcycles.
Okay, where was I?
I'm sure they won't turn around.
Well, that was rude.
So yeah, yes it was. So yeah, at the very least, the good news is that if you're doing the tagging, a little alert will let you know, hey, someone's about to come and get you. Sometimes, however, it shows up way too late, and there is no way to. And as far as I've tried, maybe I'm not pushing the right button. I don't know how to cancel. I don't know how to cancel tagging while I'm in the middle of it without losing my combo and all the progress made. I don't know.
You're just gonna have to settle with the. Oh, gee, you're gonna have to settle with the monkey's butt.
Yeah, the monkey. Do note that if you cannot finish a spray painting, graffiti in one single go, you can always pick it back up if you say got interrupted or ran out of spray paint cans. But unless it is fully finished, only then will the level be completed.
Right.
No.
Oh no, they caught on.
Don't notice me. Don't notice me. Oh no.
They noticed you.
Where are they going?
Down to their doom, I think.
They all just crashed down there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Joe, this shortcut to the Donut Hut's a real banger.
Donut shop? I thought we were going to the ramen shop.
Oh, either way, you two, I love you. So, the other thing I'm trying to do right now, the other big mechanic I guess I could say about Jet Set Radio, it took me a while to get over here, sorry, is that as you do these red story-based spray painting, the more of these I do in a level, the higher and higher not Zenigata is going. Or Nishima, thank you. I just remembered. Thank you, me. The more of these you do, the higher and higher of a threat level Onishima is going to put on the area, which is why. Oh crap! I need more. Which is why I would highly recommend doing these really long ones where you're just sitting there for hours trying to. Because the more you stay in place, the longer you're going to be taking unnecessary risks.
Oh, hello.
Can't get me.
Can't get me while I'm on rails.
Yeah, screw it. Let's start on this one. Actually, hold on. Two shorter ones over here. One. Oh. Oh, no.
I got you right where I want you, babe.
Move.
Now put those cans down, or someone's going to get hurt.
And then his signature catchphrase. I love him. Now then.
Honestly, he kind of reminds me of a Joe Pesci character too. Or you know what? Wait a minute. He's Beta Enzo.
He does kind of. He's got the height for it at least.
Yep.
I will say it. Actually, speaking of, there is a policeman version of Enzo in Bayonetta 3.
Really?
Who is based off of Zenigata is his name? Yeah.
Did you get? Oh, did you run into the wall?
I just rammed into it too fast.
Huh? Okay.
This way. Oh, that was. I thought I could go right through that. Well, here I'll take the tag. Just take that a bit. And as you're hearing, there really is no. I was gonna say, as you're seeing. Oh, come on, just grind up the thing. Just hurry.
Gravity doesn't quite work like this, Logan. You need a little more force than this.
I'm gonna give myself.
Make it by thunder.
By thunder, by God's might.
By thunder, by gum.
Yes! Give me the epic. You're supposed to be going so much faster to justify that camera angle. I am embarrassed. Anyway, sometimes you get to these ones. Sometimes you get to these ones where they're so big, it actually counts as 2 whole graffiti sets each.
Oh.
Yeah,
So let's hope I got enough. Let's hope I got enough tagging with me. While I'm working on this bit though. Frick, you mentioned the tag. Oh yes, as you're hearing. The soundtrack in these levels are not exactly like they're not locked to a certain song. You'll kind of again, it's like Grand Theft Auto. You are listening to the radio as you're doing all this.
Okay.
I really do want to look into like what Naganuma's like, what's his inspirations and like his what does he channel with his style of his? Because I know it's one of the big things that gave it its signature sound is like how he samples certain things and.
I would like to note that it literally took every single one of your paint cans -1 to get that.
Yeah, so that's the thing is that's why
Ow.
That's why in hindsight gum was probably not the best choice for this level because of how much they wanted me to graffiti. I would have probably gone. I probably would have wanted to go with a tag. Actually, maybe beat. Beat can hold more, but that actually is a value that can determine how many spray paint cans you can hold at a given time. Oh, stop!
It.
Come on. Okay, let's get out here and just these 2 to go. 1, 2. Oh, there's another one. I forgot there's 2 over here.
Better hurry before he puts the cap on your helmet.
Excuse me. And yes, as we were discussing, Mad, you will likely see me at times just putting my head down and just like tanking through it just to get the last tag because this is where I see what they're trying to do. The implication is what they want you to do is that's perfect. Done.
Oh,
Jesus.
Lord Almighty, that is not Nitro.
I got
Somebody
nitro.
still got the nitro rank.
I love your. That is not nitro.
I got a nitro. But yeah, no. So I understand what they're wanting you to do. They want you to replay it and map out the perfect route so you don't get all that resilience. I just want to do a simple, clean playthrough to figure out how I'm doing all this. And even then, some of the races and showdowns are going to be pretty rough, or I should say, pretty challenging. But yeah, gonna do my best to give that a shot. So again, this is a full playthrough, and I do want to tackle future in the future. So. Sorry about all this, like, front-loading of exposition. I promise these guys are going to be talking more next part. Or else. So, stay tuned.
What? Or else.
Is that a threat?